right, everybody. So we're about to have our next presenter, Mr. Michael.
Jonathan.
Jonathan Williams.
Jonathan
Sorry.
Williams. Michael would be a cool name.
Jonathan Williams.
Mike would be. That'd be a real cool name. Have everybody call me Mike. Cool, cool. Everybody call me Mike. I like that. Like Mike Laurie from Bad Boy. Come up in this thing. Anyway, good morning. Good, good, excellent. So my name is Jonathan Williams. Jonathan B. The B is for Bryce. A lot of my friends, family call me JB. I kind of coined it over the years. Something I went by in college because my grandfather used to call me that. So it kind of makes me feel like I'm back at home. I'm a military kid at heart. My parents were in the military, so I was kind of in and out of Army bases back when they had one back in Old Spanish Trail. It's like it's a hospital now or something like that. Just a little bit about myself. I'm taking something out of Dr. Guillory's playbook here because I think it is very important that we not only understand where we're going, but why we're going there. And what I really loved about your presentation, Dr. Guillory, is that what you are and what it is that we want doesn't always fit into a box. It doesn't always look one way. Like there's different types and different ways and different brands and different trajectories along the path and the goals that you want to achieve, okay? So for those who have seen me around, who have not seen me around, I actually work here. So this is my job. This is my full-time job. I'm also an entrepreneur. I own vending machines, and I do these types of things in my free time, public speaking engagements and things of sort. But I am an advisor here at Texas Southern, primarily with the freshmen. I'm an enrollment completion advisor by title, but I get everybody coming to my office, you know, asking me for help or what to enroll in or what they need and don't need, things like that. Never saw myself in education necessarily. So I graduated from across the street, spent a few years over there. Prior to that, I originally went to college at Texas State University. Was an athlete, so I actually played 2 sports in college. After graduating, I had zero idea of what I wanted to do. With my life, with myself, as a professional, no idea. So naturally, based on my experience, I jumped into the fitness sector and hated it a lot. Couldn't stand it. So I needed to find a different avenue. I got lucky, ended up finding a position with, at the time was called MediFit Corporate Services, which was a corporate wellness company. And I stayed. I stayed for a while. I stayed for over 12 years in that field. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with corporate wellness, if you go downtown, those big tall buildings, oil and gas companies, Shell Oil, Chevron, things like that, we would come, our team would come in and clear out the entire floor. We'd build a fitness center, we staff it with on-site staff, we build a wellness program, we partner with the HR department so that employees could have better services to improve their health and then also get discounts on their insurance. So it's a very long-winded and boring way to say that I spent the last 12 years talking to people to make sure that they stayed alive as long as they possibly could, okay? Recently have made a transition into the education sector. Not really sure how I got here. I think I was referred, like, hey, you'd be a good fit for this job. I'm like, what job? You gonna talk to students and help them out? I'm like, all right, cool, I guess that works. Also a certified life coach. Something that's near and dear to my heart with my coaching experience and kind of helping people figure out what it is for them, right? Not for me or what I want them to be or what I think they should be, but what it is that they want to be for themselves. Today's presentation is about discovering that voice, finding that purpose, finding what it is that really resonates with you, okay? As a professional, on a personal level, as a student, as a parent for those of us who have children, as a friend, as a family member, as a son, daughter, husband, wife, all of it. Okay? Key word today is voice. Would anybody like to volunteer and tell me what they think about as soon as they see or hear the word voice? Anybody, one word, doesn't have to be long. In the back? To speak out? Cool. Excellent. Anybody else? Like to be heard? Cool. Cool. Communication? Okay, very nice. Expression? I like that. Good. Volume, tone, volume? Okay, cool. Very nice. Those are all excellent answers. When I see or hear the word voice, I think about style. I think about brand. I think about connectivity. What is someone's voice, right? When we think about water, what do you think about? Hydration. When you think about soda, what do you think about? Right? Right? Okay? And sometimes voice can be packaged as positive or negative. I like to think of it as true or false. Okay? Everyone has a true or false. For some people, that truth might be good for someone else. For others, that truth might be bad for someone else. But it's all real. And we have to figure out when it comes to our voice, what is real and what is not, because there is power in our voice. So, your voice is your personal brand in motion. I want everybody to take that in. Your voice is your personal brand in motion. Not necessarily what it is you say, but who you are, because who you are will manifest into what comes through as far as the voice that you project out onto the world, all right? Anybody here enjoy public speaking? Anybody like group projects? There we go, I got two. So anybody here like the group projects in school and standing up and present something? She can't even hold it back. She all teeth. That's what's up. Okay, I got another one. Good, excellent, excellent. That's perfect, all right? A smaller percentage of our population actually enjoys that. Most people either like to kind of stay to themselves, which is excellent, all right? And other people prefer more of that intimate one-on-one conversation or one-on-one environment, which is also beautiful, okay? But we have to remember that speaking up, all right? Speaking up is an act of leadership. If it's not always an act of leadership for others or for your community, it is an act of leadership on your own life, for yourself, to be able to lead and guide yourself and be in control of your own destiny, okay? Authenticity over volume. So we'll pause right here before I finish that last part. When we think about volume, what do we think about? One word, anybody? Loudness, okay, the height of a voice, okay? Anybody else? Okay, think of volume, okay, when you think of that. All right, so I think about how bold something is, how much it jumps off the page or like exerts itself or expression, somebody's expression into the environment, right? The volume, all right? But you don't have to be loud to be powerful. You don't, okay? A lot of things, a lot of decisions are made behind the scenes in real life, okay? A lot of those quiet conversations end up being the loudest things that impact our lives for the better, sometimes for the worse, right? We won't speak on too much about what's going on in today's climate, but I think you picking up what I'm putting down, all right? So, self-reflection here, very quick. Self-reflection. I need everybody, if you want to use your phone, you want to write it down, or you just want to think about this here. Make sure I get out the way so everybody can see. In one sentence, describe what you want your voice to represent. And if we have a hard time figuring out what the word represent really means or stands for in this segment here, what you want it to represent, right? If I was to be able to highlight that word and make it bigger, right? What we want our voice to represent is how we want people to feel, think, or experience when they deal with us, right? And before we get to the feel, think, or experience, right, we need to also first start with how we want to feel, think, and experience ourselves, all right? Because how we feel internally will eventually and inevitably project itself out onto the world, all right? So If you want to take a picture of that, that can kind of be your self-homework. I don't mean for it to feel like a classroom. I also teach a class here. I teach freshman seminar here. So that's kind of my thing. You know, I like to give tangible and pragmatic things when I'm presenting to people and don't have them feel like they just walked away with a whole bunch of fluff and nothing they can't do something with. All right? So, next part, confidence. Who in here feels like they're confident? All right, I got more hands coming up for that. I like that. I'm gonna come find y'all and ask y'all where the party at. That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay, cool. Who in here feels like they're confident in every room they step into in any situation? I got about the same amount of hands. All right, I got some wiggles in there. I don't know. I guess that's in. Okay, cool. I got it. Excellent. So here's the thing about confidence. Because have we all heard the terms extrovert and introvert? Have we all kind of heard that or experienced that in some capacity? So will we say that extroverts are naturally confident? Would you think so? Would that be something that you probably would feel or experience? Well, here's the truth about it. Even your most extroverted person, the person who can get up in the front of the room, make everybody laugh, they tell the best jokes, they tell the best stories. Truth be told, the confidence isn't natural. It's built through clarity and repetition. So even the person who seems like they just got it and it's just flowing, they had to build that over time, even if they started at a higher place than others. So in some situations where you feel like, hey, I'm not really confident here. This is not really my space. This is not really my thing. I'm good at this, but not so much that. Remember, you can build that up, okay, with clarity and repetition. How many people are proactive in the room when it comes to getting things done? Okay? If you know about it, you prefer to beat that deadline. Okay, cool. I got a few hands. How many people are procrastinators? I got more hands that come up. I hate that, but cool. That's truth, right? That's truth. That's bad for me, but it's true for y'all. So, what we need to know and understand about confidence, about leadership, about really having the things that we want out of life is the preparation equals confidence. How many people here I see some Greek shirts over here. That's what's up. I like that. Yo. Proper preparation prevents, who knows it? Yeah, there's an extra word in there, but I'm going to keep it PG, all right? Proper preparation prevents poor performance, right? So when we think about preparation equals confidence, knowing your message reduces fear. Fear can also be translated into doubt, okay, or fatigue, or stress, or feeling overstimulated, or overwhelmed, right? So that's what fear could represent. When we say knowing your message, who wants to take a stab at what message probably translates to? I'm about to say, I see you want to say something. Whatever you want to talk about, that's what's up. Anybody else in the back? Purpose? There we go. Y'all got twin flames going on in the back. That's what's up. So, message, your goal, the impact you want to make. All right? What you want to accomplish, knowing your message, knowing what you want to do reduces fear, anxiety, fatigue, stress, overstimulation, feeling overwhelmed, right? Posture, pace, presence. Who thinks they understand what that means? What is posture? What is posture? Anybody know what that is? What's posture? Okay. How you hold yourself together? Okay. How you present, maybe? Posture? Cool. Okay, very nice. Being upright, okay, instead of slouched or down, or, okay, being up versus sad or something like that. Cool. Pace, what is pace? Speed? Anybody play instruments in here? Anybody a music person? Okay, what does pace mean to you? Tempo. There we go. Tempo, cadence. rhythm, okay? Patterns, right? Your pace can be your pattern. Pace can be your progress. How you project can be your pace also. Presence. What is presence? Okay. 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 I like that. Cool. How many people prioritize their presence when they woke up this morning? You brushed your teeth, you washed your face, you took a shower maybe if you didn't take one the night before, right? Presence. You prioritize what you put on your body, how you walk into a room, your presence, right? All builds confidence, all right? Posture, pace, and presence matter more than, hold on, Dr. Guillory, perfect words, okay? So these three factors here, I didn't press too much, okay? Those three here, those three words, posture, pace, and presence, help us fight and overcome what we might feel sometimes could be, as Dr. Guillory has explained it, imposter syndrome, okay? Because you help build that confidence and you help build your brand and solidify your voice. Now, we're gonna do an activity. How much time do I have? We're going to do an activity called Gift of Gab. For 30 seconds, whoever is next to you, I want you just to brain dump and just talk about the first thing that comes to your mind that you're absolutely in love with, okay? We're going to find our voice. Whatever it is, the first thing that comes to mind. We're going to take 30 seconds, so I got 3 here. I need a partner for him. Can you come up here for him? Hold on, not yet. We're going to start it together. Now, come on, you can come on. We're going to start it together. So the activity, the first thing that comes to your mind, I just want you to brain dump and just talk to your partner about it for 30 seconds. So we need an A and a B. We need a partner A, partner B. So partner A, raise your hand. We're all on the same page. Okay, that's A. Excellent. A, okay. My man needs somebody. You need a partner. You can come up here. You can join in. We all family in the room. Yeah, you can talk to him. I'm pretty sure he'll talk to you. You introduce yourself. Cool. Here we go. 30. You good? Here we go. 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. I need to hear all words. Talk. Partner A. Talk. First thing. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, time. Good job. So, partner B, let's get ready. Switching sides, 30 seconds. It's all good. I'm going to call on y'all first to share, all right? Partner B, let's get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Spit it out. 3, 2, 1, time. Good job. Very nice. Give yourselves a round of applause for accomplishing that. Good. So, the biggest takeaway in that activity is that when we stand in our purpose, maintain our posture, control our pace, because we all had something, the first thing that came to your mind, it wasn't specific. The first thing that came to your mind, what you're most passionate about in that moment, is what you just projected onto your partner, right? And it felt fluid. All I heard was words and conversation. I didn't hear anybody thinking. I didn't hear anybody trying to gather their thoughts or figure it out. It just all happened naturally, right? So this activity helps us build that confidence and own who we are, okay? What we represent and what's important to us. And in every realm and every room you step into, that will be something that projects you forward in life. Would anybody like to share what they talked about? I'm calling on y'all. That's why I just turn my head this way. Which one? Go ahead.
Are we sharing about ourselves or what our?
Yeah. No, share about yourself. Tell me what you talked about.
My kids and my previous career.
All right.
And yeah, that's what's going to.
Okay, excellent. How about you?
Talked about my kid and nursing.
Okay, very nice, very nice. Did anybody in here make a friend? Anybody here talk to somebody they didn't know or just met today for the first time? Cool. So here we go. I'm gonna put y'all on the spot, okay? Because y'all big time. This is big money. What did you learn about your partner?
He's in research studies and like the graduate study of like technology and stuff. So he's in like AI and just.
Okay.
So Adido has interest in AI.
Yeah.
And I have a PhD in MI, so I'm on the AI task force. So we had a lot to talk about, more than the 1 minute you gave us.
Right. Cool. Cool. Very nice. They need a little more time, but that's good. So let's use that example right here to showcase that when we're able to step outside of our box, outside of our comfort zone maybe, because maybe they weren't uncomfortable with speaking with each other, but maybe that wouldn't have happened if the circumstances were not set up for them to talk to each other. So when we step into any room, you never know who you're going to meet. You don't know what their interests are. They may or may not look like you or project themselves to have anything in common with you, but check that out. You see what I'm saying? And they're probably going to exchange information, stay in contact. They may be able to refer things to each other or help each other along the way, help their networks grow together, right? Okay? And you are in school here? What classification? You're a senior? Are you in school here, sir?
I'm the dean of the graduate.
Exactly. So you're in your senior year, and at some point in the next 6 months, 8 months maybe, you'll step out into the world. And who better to have in your corner when you step out into the world? Okay? Excellent. Good job. Okay, that brings us to our next point. I got a few minutes left. Advocating for yourself. Okay? Advocating for yourself. Advocacy equals clarity and courage. Be very clear on what you want and be confident and courageous enough to speak on it, even if it's not perfect, even if it's not super polished, because what builds the clarity and the confidence are repetition. The more you talk about it, the more you put yourself out there, the better it will be for you. All right? How to frame your value. A lot of us, when we think about assignments in school, we think about what the bullet points are, what the instructions are, what we have to write, what we have to submit, how long it's going to take, all of that negative stuff that kind of weighs you down, right? But when we think about framing our value of who we are and what we like to present or project into the world, you want to start with the impact you want to make, not the task. We have any engineering majors in here? Anybody in that realm at all? Has anybody heard of reverse engineering? Yes? So reverse engineering, you start with the conclusion and you work backwards. Quick example, I want to be a millionaire. That's the conclusion. So before you become a millionaire, what's the next step right behind that? You should probably have something that pays you well, right? So we reverse engineer. So then, what's something that pays me well? Well, it's probably got to be a job or some type of business or hustle, if you will. So how do we get to that? We probably have to research what it takes to get to there. Before we research, what do we have to do? Have to allocate time and build a schedule and a set of intention or itinerary to get to that. All right, then you keep on working back until you get to where you are now, and then you can turn around and move forward with the steps that you've created, starting from the conclusion. Okay? So, start with impact, not task. What is it you want? What's the end result? Words to feel every day. We'll do this quick. I got 2 minutes? 3 minutes? Cool. We'll start with these words. We'll repeat. I can. Say it together. I can. I will. I am. One more time. I can. I will. I am. Very nice. Say that every day. Language to use when you're thinking about what it is you want to do, what it is you want to accomplish. I led, I contributed, I initiated, I developed. And we speak in those ways because we want to speak into existence what it is that we hope to do in whatever frame or genre category of accomplishment it is. So today's reminders, your voice is a tool, not just a talent, okay? It's not something that's just like, I'm not really extroverted, I don't talk like that, I can't really command the room in that way. So that's okay. Your voice is a tool. We get better with tools the more we use them. We get better with skills the more we sharpen them with repetition. So your voice is a tool, not a talent. It gets sharper the more you use it. Start advocating daily in small ways for yourself and others if that's your position in life or your career field or with your family. And it can be very small things like the emails that you send, the meetings or collaboration efforts that you set up and create for yourself, or just simple everyday conversations, okay? Cool. So if you can, take out your phone, scan that QR code. That helps me know who was in attendance today. I'll follow up with you. I'll be sending everyone here in attendance a free PDF with some steps they can take to properly plan and prepare their daily task, along with some updates with other events that I might do here on campus. But that's all I got. Thank y'all. Yes. Oh, okay.
For such an amazing job.
Forgot my keys up here too.
So on behalf of Texas Southern University TRIO programs, it is my distinct honor to recognize and express our heartfelt appreciation to Mr. Williams. Your commitment to education and empowerment resonates deeply with our mission to support and uplift students in their academic journeys. In recognition of your outstanding contribution as a guest speaker at TRIO Day 2025, we are pleased to present you with the certificate of appreciation.
Cool.
Yes.
Thank you. I
So
appreciate
he would love to
that.
get a photo
Yeah, sure.
of you.
Yeah, that's nice. Stay right here. Cool.
Goodie bag with another token of appreciation for you speaking for us.
All right, cool. That'll work. Thank you.
Okay, so we have another 10-minute break. We have career services. They have a free giveaway on the table right here. If y'all want to stop by and use that table, the bag. Also for you. So the break is starting at 10 minutes. Also, if you want to